Are you happy to be in a hot seat again?
I'm in the hot seat.
Oh, actually, it's not a hot seat, it's like a hot sofa.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah?
The hotter, the better.
Happy to share your wisdom and your life thingies.
Well, you'll share
Yeah,
it with me too, won't
that's
you?
poor looking thing. I'll hide that here. That's my minerals. Electrolytes, sorry. Sorry, that's what it is. That looks dangerous. I'll sip on it.
Sip, sip, sip. So, welcome to yet another episode of...
Sounding like Peter McKinnon. Welcome to yet another episode of whatever.
Yeah.
My legs are sore, man, from today's training. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like I'm so tired. My legs are just getting...
I'm so tired.
Clowns. Anyway, yeah, so, but training was good today, right?
Yeah, it was actually. So, today we actually have a topic to talk about.
But first, I have to say, last night, Mickey Flanagan stand-up live.
Hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
12,000 people in the arena.
Yeah.
It was manic. Like, I can't remember, because we don't really go to events.
Yeah.
I can't remember last time we actually been to one that gathers 10,000 or 12,000 whatever people.
I don't think I ever been to...
I've never been to a concert.
Well, I've been to a concert, but not
Surely
with like 10,000 people.
So what type of concert that was then?
Smaller.
But yeah, anyway, it was really nice.
Oh, good.
I suppose we find Mickey Flanagan hilarious, right? But
Funny,
you have to like certain type of comedy or certain type of humor, if you wish,
Yes.
to be able to like that type
Like
of...
the Cockney bastard.
Yeah. Aye.
Um,
But yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed
I
it.
enjoyed
It ended really late. The only thing I didn't enjoy was after all that laughter, drive 2 hours back home from... Oh, it's not 2 hours, like an hour and a half from Leeds.
Yeah.
But it was like after 12
It was late.
at night, and it took an hour to leave the car park due to everybody leaving.
The funny part of that was that people were in really good mood. Everybody were laughing.
12,000 people laughing in the arena, right?
Laughing, clapping, smiling. But then
Car park
when everybody
situation.
got to the car park and had to queue to get out, which is, well, fair enough, because everybody, all the 12,000 people,
Everybody wants to leave, right?
Parked there. So, but yeah, people got really upset and angry and started shouting at the working people there.
The people who were trying
The
to...
staff, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what is gonna...
What
do you expect him to do? What, should you just magically... and all the cars disappear and you can go?
Teleport you home or what?
It's just...
So it's one of those things where I think we learned to accept things like, well, if I can't change it, why should I be upset about it?
Yeah, don't react to it.
Yeah.
I mean...
You'll get out. That's it.
Yeah, it was a good laugh, so I really enjoyed it.
It was a good night.
Whoever is into stand-up comedy, and if you like such things and you never heard of Mickey Flanagan, find his stand-ups on Amazon. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, yes.
Watch some, see if you like it. We love it. And I'm really looking forward to go to Ricky Gervais next month.
Yes.
We love that as well. If you don't know who that is, Google. Watch his stand-ups on Netflix.
You can't not know who Ricky Gervais is.
I don't know, maybe some people don't watch stuff like that. But anyway, you said we had a topic today.
Yes, so we have a topic today, and we thought that it would be good. Oh, go on. It would be good to share the habits that changed our lives for the better.
That sounds strong.
Yes.
Changed our lives.
It actually did, because I don't think we would be where we are if we didn't adopt these habits in our life.
Go on then, elaborate.
So, the first one to touch on is exercise or looking after yourself.
Right.
And the books we read and everything, the podcasts we listen to, everybody say that rich people, successful people do some form of exercise.
Makes it sound like we loaded, caked up to the eyeballs.
But anyway,
yeah, I know
it's
what
not
you mean.
only about that.
I know what
It's
you mean.
more
Yes,
about
yes.
how you feel, how healthy you are. So I've been exercising. I've been in sports, I want to say all my life, because I've been active.
At least since age 9?
Since age 9, I joined karate, and why exercise is exercise, whatever form of movement you choose, it gives you some sort of routine or discipline.
Can I just clarify this?
Yeah.
When you say choice of movement you choose to do, it has to be challenging, right? Because I can stand up and go out for a walk.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, challenging exercise is more beneficial, I would say, probably. But any sort of physical activity that you choose to do regularly, I would say, is already beneficial.
Okay.
For health reasons.
Yes.
Now, for mental reasons, to be more resilient, to be stronger, it has to be challenging.
Yeah.
Because that's how you learn to win in life. Because, and it's not just my opinion, it has been proven that exercise transfers, the physical things you do transfer into your life. So you not only just going to gym or just doing some sort of sweating, your brain sort of registers that as a win. If you achieved something physically, your brain releases stuff, the hormones, everything, to register that win. Oh, you achieved, you accomplished, you ran, 10k, you rode a bike for an hour, whatever. That feeling of achievement transfers into your life, into other, basically leaks into your other areas of life.
So what you're trying to say, it makes you more resilient, if you wish.
Resilient and productive in life, yes.
Yeah, so if you can, we're just taking a gym as an example, but it can be anything.
Literally, yeah, anything.
So if you regularly go to, in our case, gym, right, and you push yourself and you strive to be better and you challenge yourself, that will transfer into other aspects of your life, what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Whether they'll be your, business, studies, work.
Exactly. So, you summed it up well. I think.
I thought this is what you were trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's not only, like, if you are healthy and strong, you will have the energy. And people do a mistake where they say, oh, I'm already tired after work and I can't exercise, or I can't do anything
Or your work
physically
is
related because I work physical work already, or things like that. Or
I do my exercise at work. It's not the same.
It's not the same because you work there.
Yeah.
It's not the exercise that fills your heart with sense of achievement. It's not the exercise that you do for basic enjoyment.
Yeah.
And to add to it, not every workout, not every time you exercise, you will feel like you've done a great workout or like you've accomplished something, but the action itself, that, oh, you actually went out and did a 10-minute walk, could be an achievement. So that mentality as well, you can adapt.
Small wins.
Small wins. You just focus on small wins and that will transfer into the big ones.
what's that saying? Like small battles wins the war or something like that. No, I can't remember it correctly, but it's
Something like that,
something
yeah.
along the lines.
Yes, so I think we covered that habit. And yeah, so we've been quite good with that, haven't we?
Yeah, when our friends were visiting us in here some time ago, I was speaking with my friend when we were walking. I think we were just walking back home or something. I can't remember exactly. But we were talking something about training and gym, and that he does more walks now and hiking and stuff like that rather than gym. And I was just saying to him, at this moment in time in my life, I don't see gym as, oh, I go there to just get fit and buff and be big and whatever. It's more with the, like, probably what you're describing. It makes you stronger, but stronger per se, not like you lift the weight and your bicep got stronger. It gave me some sort of like, or gives me actually some sort of mental clarity and stability, if you wish. So if you had a stressful long day, that's a place for you to offload or deload that all the stress and build up and anxiety, whatever, there to wait, or whatever your choice of exercise would be. Same goes to me, you know, when I ride my bike. It's just, sometimes that ride is good, sometimes it's shit. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a shit. But still, even the bad one feels good when it's done, rather than me then sat here thinking, oh, I could have done this, that, another, and that adds to another thing, another stress, another anxiety of something that I maybe could have done but I didn't.
Yes, and some chemistry happens in your brain as well during exercise that it releases your mind. So you're not only exercising your body, you're freeing your mind. So I think for us, physical activity has become more of a hygiene type of thing. Where, well, to us it's part of our routine, part of our life, just the same as it would be having a shower or cleaning your teeth. If I don't go to gym,
it's just something we do
or like exercise for too long, I feel dirty inside. I can't explain it otherwise. I just feel heavy. I feel dirty.
Yeah,
and when you go to when you do a workout, whatever that is, whatever you choose to do, after it, you might feel exhausted, you might not feel exhausted, but you feel, well, at least I feel clean. Yeah. In a weird way.
It cleanses you. It's like a redemption, right?
Yeah, it's just like energy.
Repent your sins.
Energy release. So yes, some form of exercise, I would say regularly. I would encourage do it daily, but regularly is good enough, isn't it? Like,
I suppose whatever
works.
If you're doing none, whatever it is that you can start with. As long as you can persevere the first bit where it's like hard, you don't want to do it, I promise you,
the hardest,
once that passes away and you feel the feeling of some sort of sense of achievement. I know everybody wants to get things here and now. Don't try to go there for, I want this, that, another here and now. Go with something small. And small can be, I'll come in today, I'll do a 15 minutes treadmill, whatever. Small bits, you know. And over time, well, I'm already here, so I'm not gonna just do 10 minutes and leave, I'll do 25. It's that type of thing. So you can find small wins and small things to sort of trick yourself, if you wish, to do more and to achieve more. But anyway, to summarize this, what you're trying to say, that at least in my mind, that exercise, it was and is big part of our lives. I suppose maybe to a degree it's the way we've been brought up, and that what we kept and still keeping with exercise routine and regime and whatnot and consistency transfers into different skills and makes you, I suppose, mentally and physically stronger, right?
Exactly.
So do your workouts, kids.
Yes. Another habit that we adopted is getting up early. Now, I know I don't do it religiously every day, all year round, but I am a night owl. I'm not a morning person per se, but I made myself one, I think.
Yeah.
Because I always been more active and more productive in the evenings.
Yeah.
And mornings are just slow and sluggish to me. But I like having time for myself before I go to work. I like getting up early and just making the day longer. So yes, I probably now am more tired in the evening because I got up early. So as I say, I made myself a morning person.
And you're pregnant.
Well, I'm tired all the time now. I have an excuse.
Yeah.
But no, regardless,
Yeah.
getting up early has made me, I don't know, more productive person, because that feeling of a longer day that you can, when on a weekend, if you get up early and it's only 1 o'clock, but you've already done so many things.
Yeah.
You feel, again, like a winner.
I agree. I know you struggle with early mornings and stuff like that, but I like it. Yeah, I might look like a god, but I'm only mortal.
Mere mortal.
But anyway, joking, obviously. I struggle as well, but for me, the sense of achievement starts when you can hear your alarm clock, right, and get out of your bed.
Yes.
So that's why we moved actually our alarm clock. We don't use phone for alarms. That's the worst thing you can have, a phone as an alarm clock. Never mind that phone being in the same room next to your head. That's a different topic. I don't want to go there anyway. But we have an alarm clock. So we even moved it to the other side of the room, which is not next to the side of your bed. So when the sun or the light comes up and the birds start chirping.
It's a brilliant alarm clock,
Yeah.
by the way.
I can't remember what's the brand.
Lumi
Body clock, something like that. Look it up. It's a good
It
thing.
wakes you up with the daylight and you feel like you've rested. Your sleep pattern is not as disturbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that now allows us to sort of like, you got up and now you physically have to get up to silence that
Yes.
alarm. So you have no option of pressing snooze and snoozing. Keep on trying to nap for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and that's a good thing. I can probably insert that, where you send it to me.
Yeah.
You're now in major trouble. And the reason why you're in trouble is because your brain is still locked into a sleep cycle. This is a productivity killer that most of us don't know about it. It has to do with waking up. Now, when you think about being productive, if you got a big day and you got a bunch of stuff you need to get done, most of us focus on when. When do I need to get up in order to get everything done? That's not what you need to focus on. The thing that really impacts your productivity is how. How do you wake up? And here's the deal. If you're somebody like I used to be that hits the snooze button, that kills your productivity for at least 4 hours. Let me explain. You have to understand this. The snooze button creates a mental state, a state in your brain that is called sleep inertia. It's so bad it actually has a name. Here's what it is. When you and I go to bed, We sleep in cycles. We sleep in cycles of like 90 to 110 minutes all night long. And right before you wake up, the sleep cycles, they stop and your body goes into a wake-up mode, okay? Your brain is starting to slowly wake up so that it can start the day. When your alarm goes off, you're in wake-up mode. Your brain is now ready to do its best work. However, if the alarm goes off and you hit the snooze button, guess what you've just done? You've just made your brain go back into a sleep cycle. Your brain is now in a mode that takes about 90 to 110 minutes to complete. You just rebooted the system. So when your alarm goes off and you get up 15 minutes later, you're now in major trouble. And the reason why you're in trouble is because your brain is still locked into a sleep cycle. And this is where sleep inertia comes in. You know how when you hit the snooze button, you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I did not get enough sleep last night. You feel so groggy. You kind of feel like this mental hangover. That is sleep inertia. Here's the deal. Your brain, the cortic region of your brain, which is responsible for decision making, attention, alertness, self-control, that sucker is still in a sleep cycle. And now that you're awake, it's going to take the cortical region almost 4 hours to actually snap out of that sleep cycle. That's why you feel groggy. It's because the part of your brain that's responsible for critical thinking and being alert, it's actually still asleep. If you don't already do this, you've got to train yourself to be the kind of person that doesn't use the snooze alarm. Because when you hit the snooze alarm, you're not only putting your brain in a state of sleep inertia, you are directly impacting your productivity, your alertness, and your brain processing for the first 4 hours that you're awake. That's making life harder. I'm all about making life easier. So tomorrow, when the alarm goes off, I don't care how tired you are, I don't care how much you don't want to get out of bed, I want you to remember this. I want you to remember that you've got to wake up and give your brain its best shot to do its best work. And the way you're going to do it is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, turn off that alarm and get up. Seize the day and go be productive.
Why not snooze?
Yeah, what actually pressing the snooze button does for you when you try to go into another 5 minutes, another 10 minutes, and it's the worst thing as well that can happen to. Anyway, my point was the thing where you can get up when your alarm goes off early in the morning, whatever that early in the morning would be to you. For us, it's certain hour. For someone else, that'd be different hour. That for me, to a degree, it's some sort of sense of achievement. Mm-hmm. So I just opened my eyes, I got up, but it already feels like I've just won something.
Yes. Got up, made your bed, and to me, getting up early is not only that sense of achievement, it's also having the time not to rush. Because if occasionally we are human, we get up late and I only have like half an hour to quickly shove some breakfast in and I don't know, run out and get to work on time. Yeah. It just adds too much stress, and hate's a strong word, but I really don't like that feeling where you have to rush. And I think when we had Poppy over and she saw our morning routine, she was...
Really?
It's like my catchphrase, because everything you two say, I'm like, really? Have you noticed?
She was really impressed.
That's for you.
By the amount of effort you put in your breakfast, that you make a pancake, that you don't just shove a toast in the toaster and, have a quick bite and...
Yeah, but I want to start my day, and I don't judge anyone who does otherwise. I don't care. It's their life. They're allowed to choose whatever they want. My choice is I want to start my day well. So my belief is the way I start my day, that goes back to getting up when your alarm goes early in the morning, going whatever downstairs, making your breakfast, but actually making something that is good for you
Exactly.
will set you up for a better day. That's my choice, that's my belief, and it works for me so far. I don't know.
I think it's a part
If
of
toast works for you, that's fine. I mean,
whatever floats people's boats, but I think it's a part of self-respect and self-love where you spend the time to make yourself a meal or breakfast first thing in the morning instead of grabbing a toast and running to a train and then being all, I don't know, half dressed, not comb your hair and, you know, all in a rush and stressed getting somewhere because, well, you overslept or you
press snooze
press snooze
10
too
too many times. That as well. Like, all that until this point, what we mentioned, it sets me up for a better day. So if I'll choose to press snooze 10 times and I don't know, let's say I get up at 5 and I chose to get up 7:15 and at 8 I need to be somewhere already. Imagine that morning routine from 7:15 or 7 for me to trying to be somewhere at 8, how it differentiates from the one if I get up at 5.
Exactly.
So it seems like it's such a small thing, but it's a massive difference how your day and your morning starts in my or our case, whatever, 5:30, and how it starts an hour or half an hour before you have to be somewhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, fine. I just realized this. Some people might say, oh, but you don't have kids, you don't know what it is. Wait for it. I'll be able to tell you what it is when...
No, I mean, we have friends who have kids and they enjoy getting up earlier than their kids because they can have an hour
time for themselves.
of a cup of coffee and
Peaceful.
get ready for the day. So it's, I think it's worth putting that effort in, getting that habit in where, and now, I mean, yeah, this morning, because we got up back home late last night, this morning is a good example where we said, oh, we'll not set our alarm on.
And still,
we'll just,
I woke up at 7.
Yeah,
not
still
like
we woke
at 10.
up early. Yeah, I stayed in bed a little bit late because my nights are a bit rougher now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still, you get into that, your body clock, it gets into that routine that you'll get up early and you'll start your day fresh.
So is that something that changed our lives as well? That's a very strong, changed our lives.
I think it did because...
I don't know if it's changed my life. I think it adds to my life.
Any of these habits change or add to your life, I think. It's just wording.
Small additions move to big changes.
Exactly. Small steps take long journeys, isn't it? I forgot what I wanted to say. I was onto something. Never mind. Yeah, so getting up early has made our life different. Oh, I remembered now. Because that rush and that stress in the morning can really impact your health long term. Because you're not spending time starting your day stress-free, breathing, having time for yourself, reading a book or making your breakfast or, I don't know, preparing meals for the day, whatever. But that start of the day that is not stressful can impact your health and life. Long term, yes. Next one would be food or meal prep. Mainly I probably mean food prep because that changed, well, at least my life.
I'll allow you to elaborate on this.
Before we started preparing the meals and getting into the routine of
I was
food
eating
prep,
a lot of Scotch eggs.
We were,
mini ones.
yeah, it was quite sporadic, and you were spending time getting back from work, and you had to make a meal for the evening, and then because you didn't have anything ready, you'd binge on anything you find in the fridge, and then you make something, you throw things together. It was just not structured. But when we started doing Sunday meal prep days where you prepare, and I don't mean that you have to actually put little meals for the next day or like for a week. I mainly mean that you can prepare your meats, you can prepare your vegetables a few days in advance, and then just have some prepared food in the fridge. But having prepared meals helps even more.
So kind of whip something quick in a pan, warm it up if you wish.
Yes, and I know a lot of people, oh, but I like freshly made, or if you prepare it in advance, your vegetables lose vitamins and whatever the nutritional value they have. Yeah, they probably do, but I think having prepared vegetables, prepared meat is healthier and better than not having it and then binging on shit.
Chucking fries down your neck, neck from the
or
freezer.
Getting some fast food, or getting
Chinese.
Yeah.
I would like some Chinese.
So yeah, it saved a lot of time for me that I don't have to prepare every meal, because I have now I'm more into a routine where I prepare your meals daily. But by prepare your meals daily, I mean
put them into boxes.
I just put put the ingredients into boxes, and they are there for you to eat.
Everything is cooked, you mean?
Yes. Well, I mean, we cook rice, but that's only 8 minutes in the morning, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's having things ready had changed the way we eat drastically, I think. So that was another good habit that we adopted. So I would suggest designating a day or two in a week.
Oh, but Christina, I don't have time.
You'll have time, I promise. If you start doing it, you'll find out that you get more time during the day, daily, in long term, rather than because that's all I do. I spend about 2-3 hours in a day to prepare everything. Not even that, to be fair. Now it's even less, because I chuck everything in the oven and that's it, and I'm free. But getting that preparation in advance saves me time long term in a week, because I don't have to cook chicken with every meal. I don't have to stand in the kitchen for hours and prepare every meal, because everything's already ready. And if you're worried about food being spoiled or anything, just up your fridge a little bit, especially if it's full, and that's it. It will keep fresh, I promise. So that's a good habit to adopt.
For us, I suppose maybe other people, just being devil's advocate, if it works for them, doing it, I don't know, daily. So my point is,
I mean, if there's no
whatever
problem,
habit
don't fix it.
Yes, my point is, whatever habit you have or you can adopt to make your life easier, better, and make yourself healthier, do that.
Yes, so we did.
So
and
that's the way we do it.
Yes, I found that preparing food has helped me to save a lot of time.
And eat better.
And therefore I am healthier and stronger.
Nice benefit.
Next habit was reading books, and I'll let you elaborate on that.
You allow me to...
I suppose we can join reading books and listening to podcasts. Or
yes.
Because that kind of ties together.
It's strange, because I never used to read them. Or maybe, I don't know, if I used to read one a year.
Because you had to at school.
Yeah, that used to be a miracle.
I remember when we started our relationship, you always said like, oh, I don't like reading. I fall asleep when I read.
which is
That used to be your words.
which is true to a degree today. But now, for me to actually learn something, not to lose the ability of learning, if you wish, to learn something, or just simply if you want to entertain my mind or unwind before the night sleep, I choose to read or listen if you want, but my reasoning for reading a physical book, the one that you actually have to take in your hands, in bed at night time, I have to read a certain literature, if you wish. Nothing too difficult, that just allows me to, that for whatever you might like, it might be fiction, whatever floats your boat, that allows me to unwind, get into a flow of like, okay, now I'm gonna getting ready to sleep, and forgetting all the blue light from the screens and stuff like that, and just breathing, relaxing, just getting into whatever you're reading. And the minute I start to feel like I'm nodding off, like what? That's it. I'll put the marker in. I'll put the book
Let us
down.
fall apart.
Yeah, but that improved my sleep quality. When your sleep quality improves, your health improves. So your energy and everything else improves significantly when you get a good night's sleep. Never mind the stress levels that affect everything else, what you or anybody else does during the day. So not scrolling my phone, I don't even have my phone with me in the bedroom,
Yeah.
was the best thing. So that's the way I do with books at nighttime. So for me, it might be someone's autobiography. You know, I like Kevin Hart, or like I like Matthew McConaughey, whatever. So it's something like that, easy read.
Light.
Yeah, I'll choose. Like now, I'm reading that Norse mythology
Yes.
about Thor and Odin and all the gods of Vikings, if you wish. That's a light, I would say, light read before bed that you don't have to remember much, which I actually do, if you think about it. But what I can't do, I can't read before bed something that stimulates me, you know, that it's actually, you have to learn and remember stuff. First, it still works exactly the same way. I'll nod off, and at that time of the hour, this information do not sink in. So I leave that for days or morning times. So that would be sort of like my habit, if you wish. I'll mindfully, instead of choosing to scroll on socials, I'll put a timer on for like 30 minutes, and I'll open a book and read it before timer goes off.
Yeah.
I don't have to read so many pages or whatever, so many chapters. I'll just set a time for 15 minutes. I'll switch my phone off, or like it's a flight mode on, the timer is on, I'm reading it. 15, 30 minutes, might be an hour, might be a day.
Yeah.
Whatever. So this way, I can learn stuff from the books that I want to learn. And another way, when I do audio stuff, I like to be out doing something. So whether that's walking, so it kind of active meditation, if you wish. So mindful walks that we have in there, it goes within for me, if you wish. So it's 3 ways. I'll summarize it. It's 3 ways for me. One is morning, daytime, when I actually read a physical book, put a timer on, and when that timer beeps, that's it. I'll put it down. I know I achieved something. That's the way of how you can start learning to read books, if you wish. I'll put the book down, move on to my another task. If I'll go for a walk, rather than scrolling my phone and not paying attention what's happening around, I'll put my headphones on. I'll put an audiobook, so it might be, so put an audiobook, and I'll do like 20, 30 minutes walk, or I'll do a 40-minute bike ride, and I'll listen to some sort of book, and that information sinks in better for me if I'll have to learn. So it's reading physical book for set amount of time that I set my timer on, and usually first part of the day. Walking or riding bike or whatever light activity that you choose to do that allows you to listen to something. A nighttime read, which is allowing you to unwind, not stare at the screen, relax your body, and sort of like dive into a deep sleep.
Yeah.
That, I wouldn't say changed my life, but it definitely added to my life. So I can learn new things from smart people around the world by reading, listening to what they've done, what they said, and podcasts as well. I like them. That probably would be first part of the day for me as well, or if we're traveling, maybe.
Yeah, to me, books is like a book is like a little doors that open into someone's thought process, into someone's life, or into someone's knowledge that you can enter, take whatever you take from it and use it in your life. So as a kid, I used to love reading books. Then I sort of had a bit of a pause, and now I'm back because you inspired me. So
the one that virtually never read inspired someone who loved reading.
Yeah, someone who read
again.
the whole library. Anyway, but to me, podcasts probably did most of the impact in changing my life, and I will say the word change my life, because
it's fine.
when we started listening to podcasts, and I think it started with Jamie Alderton, who introduced us to London Real.
Yes.
We started listening to Brian Rose and to his podcasts, and Peter Sage, Impact Theory,
Tom Bilyeu.
Yeah, it all opened up a new channel to see different people, to learn from them, and
for free.
Exactly. And I think it was the start of our growth.
Yes, I agree with that.
In life. That sort of made a shift in our lives, where we actually started setting up routines, being more mindful, being more self-aware, and yeah, I'm much more happier than if I wasn't introduced into these podcasts that we listen to, because I think I would be just oblivious to life and just lived a routine life where you get up, automated, go somewhere, do some things.
It's a good word you used in here, automated.
Yeah,
it just happens on autopilot. You're not aware of anything.
Exactly, you're not aware of your life, and your life just passes by and ends. Whereas now you're more
in tune with yourself.
Yeah, you take more. I feel like I take more in, because it opened another eye for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, podcasts were most life. I think listening to these podcasts has set off the rest. Well, all the habits that we spoke about.
Slowly
introduced into our life, because we started thinking, okay, we can do it better. So we started being more mindful about what we eat, how we exercise, and
what we're talking
like
in here, right? To put it into perspective, yeah, suppose maybe someone can switch a switch and go 0 to 100. 0 to 100.
A bit of Drake.
A bit of Drake, yeah, that way. But what we're talking in here, right? It's sort of 10, if not more, year journey of small things added gradually, one by one by one.
And to be fair, it wasn't all, it wasn't all upwards line.
No.
Where we regressed a little bit, we progressed again. I think it's part of life, but
It's
as
fine.
long as you're self-aware that, okay, well...
What's that saying? Master failed more times than student even tried?
Yeah.
So take that if you wish, and yeah, you try and you might fail, but you don't give in to that. You sort of like get up, carry on. So what failing is just you learn how not to do shit.
Yeah.
Right?
And I
That's
think
it.
a lot.
You don't have to feel bad for it.
A lot of people that we speak to, that we share our thoughts with, get into the, oh, I tried it, it didn't work, or I tried and it failed, so it's not for me. Don't be so dismissive of things like, oh, I've tried exercise and running's not for me. Well, it's not only running.
Yeah.
There's different things how
Things
you
you
can
can do,
move or
yeah.
make your body sweat.
And
So
yeah.
yeah, just have a flexible approach. Be water, my friend.
Yeah, flow like water. Yeah, you know what you said about podcasts and getting into other people's mind, and that helped us a lot to sort of like open up our minds, if you wish, shift focus and be more aware. I realized it, I think it was today and the other day, I was thinking the way, now here, we podcasting, right, if you wish.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. And I thought, yeah, we don't reach big audiences or big people yet. You might get that one or two that actually watch and listen to it. But it crossed my mind that, if there's someone somewhere that heard whatever we talked and discussed between us or with somebody, if we ever get anyone in and they found and at least a fragment from that half an hour that in any shape or form helped them or made them realize something that, you know what, I can actually do this and somehow change my life or make my life better. That makes me happy. That's all.
That's all. That is the why we're doing it.
yeah.
I think because again,
if I can't change thousands, at least I hope I help at least one.
If you help one, you succeeded.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's all. That's all. I want.
But when we started our self-awareness journey, I wouldn't say, because it's more like being more happy and self-aware, I think. It started small, didn't it? We followed a guy because we were getting into exercise, and he was recommended by your friends, and we followed him, and then he introduced into...
It was like a chain reaction.
It
was one person.
Exactly.
Literally one person that we started it with. And from that, it went to another, and to another, and to another, and you've been exposed to more, as long as you were willing to listen, read, and learn, I suppose.
Yeah,
that's all it takes.
And if we can start that chain reaction for somebody, at least one person, that's it. We're winning.
I feel like I've won in life if someone actually,
If you impacted, if you changed somebody.
At least one person.
For the better, yes.
Yeah. So do you want to summarize that, what we discussed, what points to finish up? So things that helped us, change our lives, or improved our lives?
Definitely improve.
The list is in front of you. Do I need to go through my mind? So read them out. So
basically, physical activity, exercise, and look after yourself, your health. Get up early, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Whatever early is to you.
Whatever early is to you.
Each to their own.
Nutrition is important, so make sure you prep your food, or at least you are more mindful about what you eat.
Yes.
Reading books and listening to podcasts, and your mindful walks.
Yeah, mindful walks, bike ride.
It ties in with the exercise part, physical activity.
Yeah, so that's the stuff that helped and helps to this day us to
keep sane.
And I suppose it, like you said, it changed our lives. So we started at one stage and we moved and progressed into another one. So if any of those tips can help you and you can take them and make them your own and implement them in your own lives to somehow make your life easier. But that's the thing, if you want easy life, you have to do hard things. If you do easy things, you'll have a hard life. That's tattoo that on your forehead. So hopefully that somehow helps you to live better.
Yeah, and happier life.
Yeah, I enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah.
And I suppose we'll see you in the next one. Bosh.